Good. All right, this is solving quadratics by graphing calculator. Okay. Okay. So if the solutions of do you guys know what the graph of a quadratic equation looks like? Do you remember what it looks like from Algebra 1? Yeah, it looks like a U. It looks like a U. So I'm going to draw up in the corner. It just looks like a U, like that. Parabola. It's called a parabola, okay? It's called a parabola. Okay? So if the solutions of a quadratic equation are everywhere the graph intersects the x-axis, okay, then if a quadratic has two solutions, how many times then does its graph intersect the x-axis? Twice, yeah. So it's going to look something like this. So intersect twice. It'll just go straight through it twice. It'll go straight through the x-axis twice. What if it has one solution? How many times does it touch the x-axis? One time, yep. So what that looks like is it just barely grazes it at one point, like that. That's what that looks like, okay? Right? And what if it has no real solutions? Then what does the graph look like probably? It never crosses the x-axis, just kind of like floating up in here in space. Or it could be down here too. Just floating up in space. It's just chilling up there. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to find the solutions by graphing. So let's look at this first one right here, okay? What we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and graph that. So get your graphing calculators out. Here's how you solve. Here's how you solve it by graphing, okay? Okay. So can we all see my calculator? Yes. Good stuff, okay? Good stuff, okay? So we can see this, okay? So to graph an equation, what's the first button I press? I hit the y equals button, right? Hit the y equals button, okay? What's my equation I want? X squared plus 2x minus 3. So on this y1 line, I'm going to put x squared plus 2x minus 3. So I'm going to hit the x button right here. It's next to the alpha. X, and then the square button is right here, right above where it says log, it's right here, x squared, okay, then plus 2x, and what was the constant? Minus 3, thank you. Then minus, make sure you hit minus and not the negative button, minus 3, okay? Make sure your window, do you guys remember the window stuff we talked about? So you want to make sure your window, to start with, you want to make sure your window, the window is like the part of the coordinate axes that your screen shows you, right? So like the calculator screen is not going to show you like the entirety of like the XY plane. It's going to show you just a little bit window of it. So to set the window correctly, you want to hit window. You want to make sure x min says negative 10. That's negative, not minus 10. Make sure it's a negative 10. X max is positive 10. Y min is negative 10, and Y max is positive 10. You don't have to hit enter. Then you don't have to hit enter. You can just go straight. How do I look at my graph then? What do I press? Graph, yep. So then you should have like a U. There you go. Yeah. Top left drawer of my desk. You want to get a Texas Instruments one. I don't know how to use those. Okay, what does it look like?
What's view, but it's not.
All right. All right, cool. All right, so then we got our graph. We're looking good. We got the graph down? We got the graph down? Okay, so then how I solve this, right? I know my quadratic equation is going to be solved by wherever the graph touches the x-axis, right? Those are the solutions, right? We just need my calculator to tell me like what the exact numbers are, right? Yes. So here's how I do it. I hit what? Second trace or second calc. So the second button, and then this button here that says trace or says calc right above it. Okay. So we get to this menu. Okay. Then we want the 0 go down to 2, and then hit enter. Okay. You want the 0 option. Okay. You should see this blinking cursor. If you use the right and left arrow keys, you can slide it around. You can slide it around, okay? All right. Here's what you want to do. So you want to take your cursor, get it really close, like just to the left of one of the spaces where it crosses the x-axis. So maybe right there, just anywhere to the left. Hit enter. Okay, now it's going to say right bound. Take the right arrow key. You want to take your cursor, put it somewhere to the right of where the curve intersects the x-axis. Okay, hit enter again, and then it's going to say guess. You just hit enter one more time. Okay, and then it's going to tell you x equals -3. That's one of our solutions. Okay. So we'll go back to our notes. All right, and then. How am I going to get my other solution then? There's two solutions, right? How do you guys think I'm going to get my other solution? So this first spot, right, the first place it intersected was... What's that? Then the second solution is going to be the other spot where it intersects, okay?
So how did you get rid of those?
What two lines? Hit enter one more time. Yeah. Okay, so hit second calc. We'll show you again. You go down to the 0 option, hit enter. Okay, so we want to slide our cursor over to the left of that second intersection point. Okay, just right there where it says left bound. When it's somewhere to the left of that other intersection point, hit enter. All right, and then slide it over to the right when it says right bound. Hit enter again. When it says yes, just hit enter one more time. The other solution is x equals 1. Okay, so let's write that down. Okay, so who needs help with their calculator? You're okay? You struggling? You on the struggle bus?
Oh, yeah. I was like, I don't think I'm doing it. Why won't someone sell me? Oh,
Second, trace.
You can't go back.
0.
Wait, are we ready to record this?
So you selected the value.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to select, go down one and hit 0.
Okay, and then I hit enter.
Hit enter, and then for right bound, you got to drag the cursor up to the right.
Like this?
Yeah. Hit enter again, and then hit enter one more time. And that's your 0. Yeah, who else needs help? Wes?
I think you're so like slick.
Alright, so quick way to fix this, hit zoom. Zoom, and this hits
I was listening to the notes. No, I didn't read. I just
Yeah, can you now find your zeros? How are we doing? Did you get it done? Alright, put your phone with these.
Oh, what about? What about?
Same thing. And then you just drag the cursor over. That's so funny. Yeah. Alright, who else needs help? That looks good.
So what's your game plan? Ew. What's your game plan?
Left, I guess.
I had to wait until my mom responds.
Well, how would you get home?
Yeah.
Would you go? Yeah. Would you just go home that way?
Yeah.
I think so. So get whichever one
So
you
like,
need.
why does she
Which
do
one?
that? Does Huddy have that?
So here's what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
so
does?
you put, when it says left bound, you need to make sure the cursor is to the left of the intersection.
Eighth grade.
Nice calculator.
I think they only had last
So you
week.
need right to left. How we doing?
Did you get, so what's your
Then you do the
license?
same thing, but you do it around the other intersection.
Yeah. I can get it.
Alright, let's move on to the second example. Second example.
Are you gonna go to the school week?
We're not grabbing.
The second example we are. Oh, like on the.
I hate you.
Do you want to draw it like on here?
Yeah, do we have to?
I wasn't going to, but if you want to, you can.
Does it matter how low you go
So you
to?
don't have to do it.
Or is the X
Doesn't work
gonna
as well when
matter?
you have your character.
What do you mean?
Does it matter how long the U goes down? Or does it matter where the X is?
Like when I draw my hand. get the, make sure it's facing up or down, like make sure it's facing the right way, and then make sure it crosses at the right spots.
How do we know if it goes up or down?
So you know whether a parabola is upside down or right side up based on the lead coefficient. So if the lead coefficient here is negative, lead coefficient is the number next to x squared. If the lead coefficient is negative, your parabola is going to be upside down. It's going to be an upside down U. Okay? If it's positive, it's going to be a right side up U. So not too bad. Okay. So let's do this one. Negative x squared minus 10x minus 25.
There's actually isn't that.
So negative, make sure you hit negative, not minus. Negative x squared. Was it minus 10x minus, not a negative, a minus 10x, and then a minus 25. Okay, graph. Right, you should get something that looks like this.
A graph?
You should get something that looks like this. Okay? And then to find the 0, to find where it intersects the x-axis, that's my solution. What do I do?
Second trace.
Second trace. I hit the 0 option. And then to the left bound, I have this cursor here. Where do I put it?
I can't find my cursor.
Just hold it down to the left.
How'd you make yours upside down?
This is the new equation I put in.
Because it's a negative left bound.
Make sure you typed in the right equation.
I put negative.
Second left bound means what? To the left? 0.
Yeah, so drag the cursor somewhere to the left of where it hits the x-axis. Alright, hit enter. And then somewhere to the right,
So like,
hit enter again and hit gas, and it'll give you that you're 0, -5. Here's a point I want to make. If it says -5.000002, it really just means -5.
Mine says negative 4.99.
Then it's -5 still. Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's just do the rest of the class. Let's just work on the rest of these, okay? Because I think I'm gonna be more help, just like going around helping you guys, than if I just show you. Do you agree? Okay.
So it's a solution, so that's why it's in minus.
Okay, yeah, so you need to adjust your because what's going on here is like your calculator screen is not showing you the whole coordinate plane, it's just showing you the element. So your graph is outside the element somewhere over here. So you're gonna make it -10 to positive 10, and then -10 to positive 10. Yeah, it's the solution.
That's why it's like that.
Yeah.
So when I keep trying to graph it, it keeps coming to big dots.
Okay, so let's see.
Well, these are like, I'm so doing so.
No worries. Yeah. We'll go watch you put it in.
But we will be in a minute.
And then do I do minus 10?
Minus 10.
And then for the next one?
That's then -25.
Oh, okay.
Do we need a Y too, or is it just one?
No, I
I
should
want Argentina.
And then you just graph.
graph.
Mine's upside
Boy,
down.
Messi.
There you go.
Hold on, how do I mix it out?
Window, yeah, -10. Make it more like -10 to 10. So -10 for X-Man. That's X-Man.
What?
Just as long as you see where it intersects. Yeah, it looks good. And then you know how to find the intersection, like where it touches the x-axis. Second calc.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
You want us to do the vectors?
Yeah, second 0. And left band.
I mean, you got your broken.
So here's a little trick. This X is like where the cursor is. So the X is still where the cursor is.
Not correct.
Is there only one number two?
Yeah. Anywhere to the left. Negative.
Because she was giving you
Anywhere to the right.
So my iPad really.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. After you found one of them, you just do the second count, you get the second trace again, and you just have the same one you just did for this spot, put it on the left. So instead of this one, you just got this intersection, you need the other one now. So you drag the
I don't even have it. I sold my mother.
Okay, so it needs to be not that far to the right, but it should be like, yeah. No worries, just go back to graph. Just restart.
I did a thing on my calculator and I was
That's what it said.
I like got weird. I think I lost the
Hang on, what? Oh, that's so
Alright, so let's just work on the rest of them, okay? I feel like we're gonna learn better if I'm really to come around and help you.
You got the same answer.
I think this one is one of the one solutions.
Wait, we don't have homework?
No homework, just fill out these notes.
Wait, I got the same answer twice. Are you collecting this?
So you got 4 2 times. So no, you did do it right the first time. So you did was you
Yeah,
put the
you are.
first
You're
one
like-
once.
Hey.
You did this. And so, yeah, so you just did the same intersection twice. Okay, you can do the second one. So second trace, go down to the 0 option. Drag the cursor like barely to the left of the other intersection point. And that's fine. And hit enter. And then barely to the right of the other one. There you go. Alright, so let's just get through these, okay? Let's just keep going through. Yeah.
What are you doing? Stop. You have to for the right.
What?
I always say graph on my calculator.
Somewhere, yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, I thought you were trying to.
Wait, I can't get to like hit, like when I hit, I know that's why it's
When it says
Wait,
left
what?
bound,
Sorry,
always
sorry.
just go to the left.
Stop, we're doing that on purpose.
The left. So like, you guys actually take those. You just need the cursor anywhere to the left. It just so happens that you like to the left, upside down, you look to the left, you down. It just so happens that way. Actually, you're okay over here? Yeah, yes, dang. Alright. Please help each other if you're caught on to it.
It's recording. It's recording.
Oh yeah, stop.